Your gallbladder may be disrupting your life and you don't even know it. I've seen this happen to a lot of people. So let's uncover the signs, the symptoms, and the at-home strategies that you can implement in order to fix your gallbladder. Hey Wellness Warriors, I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski, and I started my holistic health practice in order to help you take control of your health naturally, because true health only comes naturally. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up, and also share with me your thoughts in the comments below. Recently, a friend of mine called me after being in agonizing pain for 4 days. He thought that whatever he had would just go away, but unfortunately it just kept getting worse. He was experiencing vomiting every time he ate, he had nausea, he had a lot of discomfort in his stomach area. He also had a lot of pain and distension in his gut. After he explained to me the symptoms, I felt that I had narrowed it down pretty good. In fact, I've seen this before within my own family. My sister, when she became pregnant, she realized that she had gallbladder issues that she didn't even know existed. And while pregnant, they went from 0 to 100 overnight. And if you've been in that situation before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's truly horrible. Now, after my friend got done explaining to me all his symptoms, he said, well, I just got off the phone with my doctor too, and he thinks that I have COVID. Now, from there, I rolled my eyes and just laughed at him. I said, these guys call everything COVID anymore. It's not COVID, it's your gallbladder. Now, based on his symptoms, I didn't feel that he needed to go to the emergency room. And to be honest, I felt if I told him to go to the emergency room, they would have just rushed him into surgery and pulled his gallbladder out. And believe it or not, you want to hold on to that if you can, because it does serve a purpose in the body. But the good news is using at-home remedies, I had him 50% better the next day, and within 4 days, he was 100%. I'll explain exactly how I did this, but first, I know that you're tired of all the censorship on social media and the ads that they force you to watch like every 5 seconds. I am too, and that's why I started my own community that's free of all of this nonsense and gets straight to the reason that you're here, and that's to improve your health naturally. So text this number on the screen right here and I'll add you in. Text this number and I'll see you on the other side. So that we can truly understand this conversation, let's put a little bit of further context to it. Your gallbladder is a 4-inch pear-shaped organ that's located directly under your liver in the right upper quadrant. Many people who have gallbladder problems can get pain either here on the upper right side, or it can go right across the entire upper abdomen. Now, the gallbladder stores bile, and when you consume fatty foods or just fatty things in general, what happens is the bile contracts, it goes into the small intestines, and it helps you digest and break down fat-soluble vitamins, fats from your food, so that it can be easily absorbed into the bloodstream. People who have chronic gallbladder problems that are light in nature, so that means that they're not severe, will have many of these common symptoms. You'll have digestive distress, indigestion, heartburn. You'll have fat-soluble vitamin deficiencies because you're not able to break down these fat-soluble vitamins and get them into the bloodstream. The other thing that I see very, very often is a chronic right scapula, so right shoulder blade pain and discomfort that just doesn't go away. Now, these are symptoms that people live with every single day, and they tend to go unnoticed, or let's just say that they never get bad enough to convince the individual to seek out help. More severe gallbladder symptoms include things like fever, chills, also a lot of vomiting every time you eat. The other thing that you'll see is nausea constantly that just doesn't want to go away, it persists. You'll also see that you have a lot of pain upon eating. You may have light or clay-colored stools, and then fatty meals in many cases will exacerbate this whole thing. Now, gallbladder diagnosis has come in a lot of different ways, okay? It can be an inflamed gallbladder like cholecystitis. It can be gallstones. It could even be gallbladder cancer. So one of the things I always recommend is that you get some diagnostic testing done, because the more knowledge you have of your situation, the better off you'll be. I want to mention before I jump into all the strategies that I will put a complimentary downloadable file in the description below so that you can get all the links and resources and further reading that is needed in order to help your gallbladder. Because as I go through this, you'll probably have further questions. I'll try to cover everything in this complimentary download. Get it in the description. Now, the first recommendation that I made to my friend was that he cleaned up his diet, because when you're going through any healing process, this is where you have to start. I recommended that he removed all sugar, all refined carbohydrates, and also all unhealthy fats, and replace those with a lot of cruciferous vegetables. That's very important right now. Lots of cruciferous vegetables. He could have chicken, he could have beef, and also healthy fats. Now, I asked him to go light on the healthy fats because his gallbladder was already under a lot of stress. But a big mistake that many practitioners make is they tell tell people to cut out fats altogether, when in fact it can make the problem worse. It's important to have some fats in the diet so that the gallbladder is still doing some work. You don't want it to sit idle. The next thing that I asked him to do is eat small meals. It's very important to eat small meals. I said, you can eat as many meals as you want. Just eat small meals throughout the day, because if you eat large meals, it can set off a gallbladder attack. The next thing that I had him do is sip on apple cider vinegar all day. I had him take 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, pour in 8 ounces of water, and sip on it as much as he wants to, because apple cider vinegar in this case is extremely good for gallbladder pain and also relieving gallbladder attacks. And from there, I recommended to him that if he continued to have a lot of pain, to use a warm compress over the area to offer him some further relief. And then I had him sip on peppermint tea and ginger tea between drinking apple cider vinegar. And the reason for this is because it aids in digestion, but in this particular case, it was to help him with the constant nausea that he couldn't get relief with. It's important to remember that every single one of these steps count and is important. A lot of people try to handpick 1 or 2 strategies that I'm mentioning here, and then they don't get relief or get any results in fixing their gallbladder. I recommend you take this very seriously so you can avoid getting your gallbladder removed. Then we use supplementation, and luckily, because he was in a really bad way, his wife was able to run over to my clinic and pick these things up right away. We use things like a digestive support enzyme in order to really help with the digestive process. We used magnesium in order to offer relief to the gallbladder. We used antioxidant support. We used a gallbladder support, and we even went in and supported the liver as well. And the reason for this is because the liver and the gallbladder are connected, and if the gallbladder is unhealthy, the liver is also unhealthy. So you want to support both of them simultaneously. I also had him do a vitamin C flush, and the reason for this is because with the gallbladder issues, in many cases you can become constipated, and he was dealing with some of these problems as well. So the vitamin C flush helped just clear the digestion so that it didn't get backed up and affect the liver and gallbladder even more. Now, my friend followed my advice to the T, and he was 100% within 4 days. One of the things I had told him is do not sleep on this issue. Just because the symptoms went away, it does not mean that your gallbladder is fixed or your liver is healthy. So continue to do what I recommended for a solid month or 2, or even more if necessary. One of the big takeaways here is that millions of people every single year have gallbladder attacks. Many millions of people have gallbladder symptoms that go completely unchecked and unnoticed, which winds them up in the surgery center getting their gallbladder removed. Don't be that person and take action today, and you can do so by downloading my complimentary guide to a natural and healthy gallbladder right here.